Welcome to this in-depth guide where I show you how to launch a print-on-demand business from scratch, keeping your costs close to zero by leveraging powerful AI tools and a platform with no monthly fees. My goal here is to take you step by step through the entire process, from brainstorming a catchy store name to registering the cheapest possible domain, setting up a store on Fourthwall, and finally promoting your products on Instagram and TikTok. The idea is simple. You don't need coding skills or professional design experience to create a thriving online merch business. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have your own store fully operational, complete with personalized branding, multiple product designs, and a marketing plan that drives traffic and sales. Throughout this introduction, I emphasize the true zero-cost or low-cost nature of the method. Fourthwall doesn't charge a monthly subscription for physical merchandise, so you're not locked into recurring fees. Meanwhile, AI services like ChatGPT offer free or trial tiers, letting you experiment with ideas without blowing your budget. This approach suits anyone, from total beginners in the e-commerce space to creators who already have a following and want to monetize. Even if you're brand new to social media promotion, the strategies I'll outline will help you get visibility, whether through short-form videos, reels, or straightforward bio links. I also point out the importance of picking the right niche or theme for your designs, but we'll tackle that in later chapters. For now, I encourage you to watch all the way through so you can see each technical step in detail. If you've been thinking about starting a side hustle or exploring AI-driven design, you're in the perfect place. This introduction is meant to fire you up, letting you know that if you follow my instructions, you can quickly get your first product online. In the upcoming segments, I'll cover everything from free domain name options to advanced AI upscaling for your logos. Let's dive straight in and turn your creative spark into a real online storefront. In this segment, I start by demonstrating exactly how I use ChatGPT to generate a variety of potential store names tailored to a light-hearted, meme-centric brand. My prompt might be something like, suggest 20 fun, witty store names for a humorous t-shirt shop. And in seconds, ChatGPT lists out creative ideas, ranging from pun-based phrases to short, punchy titles. Once I have that list, I highlight the practical side. You need to check Google or any search engine to make sure none of these names are heavily trademarked or in active use by established businesses. The last thing you want is a name that's already taken, which can lead to confusion or legal issues down the road. During this brainstorming process, I also explain how to refine your name choices by focusing on brandability and clarity. A good store name should be memorable, easy to pronounce, and somewhat relevant to the theme of your merchandise, especially if you plan on continuing with that aesthetic long-term. After narrowing the options to a favorite, like Bantert, I head to domain registrars, which I'll showcase in the next chapter, to see if the name is available. If you're aiming for a free subdomain, such as on Fourthwall itself, you can skip registering a custom URL. However, I recommend at least considering a cheap domain if it's within your budget, because it lends a more professional feel to your online presence. Towards the end of this chapter, I mentioned that if none of the AI-generated suggestions hit the mark, you can simply regenerate or tweak your ChatGPT prompts, specifying the style or vibe you want: edgy, minimalist, or comedic. Ultimately, the aim here is to show that creativity doesn't require a big marketing team, just a few well-structured prompts and some careful due diligence checking for domain availability. By the time you finish this brainstorming process, you should have at least one solid store name you're excited about using. Once you've settled on a name, the next step is creating your storefront on Fourthwall. I guide you through the registration process, which is surprisingly quick. Just sign up with your Google account or an email address. From there, you'll see a dashboard where you can immediately start adding products. One of the biggest selling points of Fourthwall is that they don't charge a monthly subscription fee for handling physical print-on-demand merchandise, unlike many other e-commerce platforms. Instead, they take a small transaction fee per sale, which means you won't feel a financial pinch if sales are slow at the start. In this chapter, I walk through essential setup tasks, like adjusting your store's currency, setting your public store name, which can match the brand name you picked earlier, and entering basic contact details. I stress that if you plan on connecting a custom domain soon, you don't need to go overboard with subdomain customizations. However, if you choose to stick with Fourthwall's free subdomain, you can still personalize it to reflect your brand. For example, banter.fourthwall.com can be used right away to showcase your t-shirts. Moving into domain registration, I compare three primary options: names.co.uk, which occasionally offers free .uk domains for the first year, ionos.com, often around $1 for various TLDs, and spaceship.com, also known for $1 deals on .shop or .online. I show you how to type in your chosen store name and filter through available domain extensions, highlighting any promotional prices. While it may be tempting to grab a random extension you've never heard of simply because it's on sale, I advise sticking to known TLDs if possible, like .com, .co, .uk, or .shop, since they tend to be more recognizable and trustworthy. I explain the concept of renewal costs. Though many registrars give you a $1 domain for year one, the second-year renewal might jump to $15 or $20, so you'll want to be prepared for that or plan to switch if you pivot your brand. However, if you want to skip a custom domain altogether and remain fully free, that's still an option with Fourthwall's subdomain. In the tutorial, I decide to purchase Banter Shop for about $1, showing you each step from adding it to my cart to finalizing payment. I also mention verifying your email and adjusting any upsells the registrar may push at checkout, like adding domain privacy or email hosting, which can be either beneficial or unnecessary depending on your personal needs. Towards the end of this chapter, I confirm that the domain is successfully registered. Some providers may require additional verification, especially for .uk or certain country extensions, so watch your inbox for any mandatory ID checks. Once you've got the domain in your possession, it's time to connect it to Fourthwall, which I demonstrate in the next chapter. With the domain purchased, the next logical step is to link it to your store on Fourthwall. In this portion of the tutorial, I guide you to the Settings section in the Fourthwall dashboard, where you'll find the domain connection area. Fourthwall typically provides a Cname record, sometimes an A record too, that you need to copy. Over at your domain registrar, you'll go into the DNS settings to paste this information, ensuring that your new custom domain points to Fourthwall's servers. While it sounds technical, it's actually quite straightforward, just a matter of matching the fields. I mentioned that DNS changes can take up to 24 hours to propagate, but often it's much quicker. During this waiting period, you might see an error or a placeholder page if you try to visit your domain. Don't worry, that's normal. Once the DNS fully updates, typing in your domain in any browser should take you directly to your Fourthwall storefront. I keep certain sensitive data blurred in the tutorial for privacy reasons, but the steps remain the same for everyone. I emphasize that this custom domain can greatly improve your brand's credibility. Banter.shop looks much more professional than a random subdomain. Additionally, if you ever decide to expand beyond t-shirts or pivot to a more diverse product line, having your own domain offers flexibility. At the chapter's conclusion, you'll see that the domain is fully connected, and we're ready to tackle the design and product creation that gives life to your store. In this segment, I focus on developing a captivating brand logo using AI-based design tools. I log into Leonardo, which grants daily free credits for generating images, making it perfect for small-scale branding projects. My prompt might read, generate a playful, cartoon-style logo with bright colors for a brand called Bantered. And then I let Leonardo handle the creative heavy lifting. Once the system finishes rendering, I scroll through the variations, each providing a slightly different take on my instructions. I also demonstrate how I refine prompts if the initial batch doesn't quite match my vision. For example, I might add details like incorporate a small smiling character, or use pastel blues and yellows to get more targeted results. Once I find a logo style I'm happy with, I save the image to my device. It's worth noting that while these AI tools are robust, you can generate multiple versions in case you want a fallback option or want to experiment with variations for different social media platforms. Before wrapping up, I talk about file formats, preferring PNG over JPG for logos, especially if we plan to remove backgrounds or place the logo on t-shirts. This step sets the stage for the next chapter, where I upscale and finalize the logo's look. By the end of Chapter 6, you'll understand how AI can replace the need for hiring a graphic designer, letting you craft a high-quality brand identity at zero or minimal cost. Now that I've generated a logo through Leonardo.ai, the next challenge is ensuring it's crisp and high resolution. That's where let'senhance.io comes in. I upload the saved logo and let the AI automatically increase its resolution. This service is particularly handy if the original render from Leonardo turned out a bit too small or slightly pixelated around the edges. The upscaling process usually takes a minute or so, delivering a result that looks much smoother when enlarged. After upscaling, I move to Canva, which I use in several ways. First, I use Canva's background remover to isolate the logo if it has any undesired backdrop. This is crucial if I plan to place the logo on t-shirts or other colored backgrounds without a white box behind it. Next, I might tweak the colors or add a minor effect, like a subtle shadow or an outline, to make the design pop. Finally, I export it as a transparent PNG at about 500x500 or 1000x1000 pixels, which is perfect for use on my website header, product mockups, and even social media profile pictures. I wrap up by explaining how a crisp logo, combined with the custom domain from the previous steps, sets the professional tone for your entire store. Customers judge your brand in seconds, and having a consistent, polished identity goes a long way in building trust. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a fully refined logo file, ready to be showcased on your Fourthwall store or used in any other promotional materials. Here, I dive into the fun part of building a pod business, creating t-shirt designs. I rely on three main AI-driven resources. First, I use Leonardo.ai. Again, but this time to generate unique images or characters that might sit well on a t-shirt, like a silly cat, a cartoon robot, or a comedic phrase turned into an illustration. Second, I turn to ChatGPT for textual prompts. For instance, give me 10 witty lines for a meme-style t-shirt, focusing on cat humor. ChatGPT then generates slogans like, "I work hard so my cat can live better," or "I'm not arguing, I'm just meowing my opinion." With both the visual and textual elements in hand, I move to Canva to combine them. I create a canvas that's roughly 3,000 x 4,000 pixels at 300 dpi to ensure print quality is top-notch. Placing the AI-generated art and text layers, I align and adjust colors, ensuring the design is eye-catching and cohesive. If the slogan includes multiple lines, I might experiment with different fonts, add fun shapes, or incorporate small icons. I also discuss common pitfalls, such as using text that's too small or placing crucial design elements too close to the edges, which can lead to printing issues. The chapter includes a demonstration of re-exporting the final design in PNG format, making sure it's large enough to avoid low-quality flags when uploading to Fourthwall. By the end of this extended chapter, you'll see exactly how I produce multiple designs in one sitting, using the synergy of AI text generation, AI image creation, and straightforward layout skills in Canva. Armed with the final t-shirt designs, I move back into the Fourthwall dashboard to upload them as products. First, I click Create Product and choose Apparel, and then T-shirts, which triggers Fourthwall to prompt me for a design file. I select my newly saved PNG, place it on the front of the shirt, and preview how it looks on various colors: white, black, navy, or any custom color available. If the design is borderline in size, Fourthwall might warn me it's low resolution, so I either resize or upscale the file again before continuing. Next, I set the price point, typically around $25, which leaves me a comfortable margin after production and shipping costs. I name the product using either a short witty phrase from ChatGPT or something descriptive, e.g., meowgament t-shirt. I'm not arguing, I'm just meowing my opinion. Under the description, I might paste a short comedic line also generated by ChatGPT, perfect for cat enthusiasts who appreciate the art of clever banter. Once I'm done, I publish the product, and Fourthwall auto-generates mock-ups with a model wearing the design. During this process, I explain how to add multiple variants, like different sizes, S, M, L, XL, etc., and how to pick which color is displayed as the default thumbnail. I recommend offering at least 2 color options, but warn that some designs won't translate well to every color. For instance, white text might vanish on a pale yellow shirt. By the end of this chapter, your store now has tangible, buyable products that reflect your personal brand and comedic flair. After listing a product or two, I walk you through Fourthwall's Customize site, or theme section. This is where you control the overall look and feel of your store. Fonts, color schemes, banner images, and layout style. I typically go for something minimal that showcases the t-shirts right away, but you can explore different templates that highlight a featured product or a rotating carousel. I emphasize the psychological aspect. A clean, uncluttered homepage helps new visitors instantly see what's on offer. If they have to click through multiple screens or scroll past busy visuals, you might lose them. So I tend to remove unnecessary elements and keep it simple. A clear header with my logo, a navigational menu with products or shop, and maybe an about page. Fourthwall allows you to reorder sections, like featured products, testimonials, or text blocks, so that everything flows neatly. If you want, you can also add a snippet about shipping times or a how it works explanation to reassure buyers about the POD model. By the close of this chapter, the store starts looking polished, like a legitimate brand rather than a generic template. Now that the store theme is set, I refine product listings to ensure they stand out. For each t-shirt, I revisit the name, description, and any additional media I can upload, such as close-up images of the design or different mock-up angles. If needed, I correct any minor issues in the design or re-upload improved files. I also add a more comprehensive About Us or store description section. This is where I might talk about the brand's backstory, like my love for cats and memes, or the concept of banter as a form of light-hearted humor. ChatGPT can help me craft a short paragraph that's both engaging and SEO-friendly, including relevant keywords like funny t-shirt, meme clothing, or cat lovers apparel can help search engines index your store. Lastly, I address shipping and return settings within Fourthwall. They have default templates for these policies, but it's wise to customize them to your brand's voice and clarify any region-specific details. For example, shipping times to the US versus Europe. By the time you exit this chapter, your store not only looks good, but also reads well, complete with product pages that spark a buyer's interest and an About section that frames your store as a fun, legit place to shop. Sometimes, you might struggle to create a new Instagram account if you've already hit your personal account limit, or if you're dealing with phone verification issues. Here, I explain the option of purchasing an existing Instagram handle from a service like Z2U, where sellers list accounts with 0 or minimal followers, ready to be rebranded. Buying an Instagram account can speed up your marketing if you want a certain username that might otherwise be hard to get. Once you've secured it, you can replace the old profile picture and bio with your brand's name, logo, and store link. This step is purely optional. In this quick but essential chapter, I tackle the art of crafting a compelling bio. For Instagram, a decent structure might be a short tagline, a quick brand descriptor, plus a link to your store domain. I recommend using a single emoji or two that fit your brand's theme, like a cat emoji, if you're focusing on cat humor. If space allows, I might add a discount code or a one-liner that urges people to click the link. Grab your new favorite tea. Similarly, for TikTok, the process is nearly identical, though you have fewer characters to work with. If you plan to do regular comedic videos, referencing that in the bio can help set expectations. For example, daily cat memes and witty t-shirts, link in bio. This chapter also touches on the possibility of upgrading to a TikTok or Instagram creator account if you want deeper analytics, though that's covered more in depth later. Overall, the point is that your bio should be clear, catchy, and immediately direct viewers to your store link. If your target audience is in the UK, or if you're physically located there and want to leverage TikTok's UK shop features, this chapter is for you. I show how to sign up for a UK TikTok seller account, which involves providing business details and verifying your identity. TikTok might ask for documents confirming your address or registration if you operate as a sole trader or a limited company. The benefit is that you can list your POD products directly on TikTok, linking them in your videos so users can buy without leaving the app. I mentioned that TikTok's shipping policies can be strict. Many require you to ship orders within 3 days. Since you're using a print-on-demand model, you'll want to make sure your chosen fulfillment partner either meets that time frame or, at least, is consistent enough that you won't rack up late shipments. Some POD services have local UK production, which can speed things up. This chapter helps you navigate that system so you don't violate TikTok's guidelines and can boost your conversion rates by letting viewers shop in-app. For those aiming at the US market, I demonstrate how to switch to or create a TikTok account with a US region. Doing so may unlock additional monetization features, including the US TikTok. I film or upload a short comedic video highlighting one of my t-shirt designs, perhaps animating the design or adding a witty text overlay. Then I pair it with trending music to grab viewers' attention. I encourage you to keep videos short, 15-30 seconds, and end them with a call to action, such as check out the link in my bio or tap the shopping cart icon if you have the integrated shop. If you're not eligible yet for the shop feature, linking out in your bio is still effective. The main point is to show watchers a preview of your design, maybe highlighting how it looks in different colors, or featuring a comedic element to stand out in TikTok's feed. Switching an Instagram account to creator mode grants deeper insights into your audience demographics and engagement patterns. Here, I guide you through the step-by-step. Open Instagram settings, navigate to Account, and choose Switch to Creator. Once done, you'll have access to analytics on post reach, new followers, and best posting times. This data can guide your content strategy. If you see that Reels posted on weekdays at noon get higher engagement, you can plan your t-shirt reveal videos accordingly. I also discuss scheduling Reels, either via the Instagram app or using third-party tools, to maintain a consistent flow of content. The final part of this chapter touches on how to incorporate your brand aesthetic into Instagram's layout, using highlight covers that match your store logo, or ensuring your feed posts revolve around a color palette or comedic style. The aim is to unify your brand's look, so potential buyers immediately grasp the vibe you're selling. In the final chapter, I recap everything. From choosing a creative store name with ChatGPT, to linking a cheap domain, setting up Fourthwall for 0 monthly fees, generating a brand logo with Leonardo.ai, and upscaling it in Canva, or Let's Enhance for crisp visuals. I remind you how easily you can design t-shirts using AI-generated images and witty slogans, then list them with custom prices, color variations, and product descriptions. Finally, I encourage you to promote these products on Instagram, TikTok, and any other platforms you prefer, using short videos or comedic reels to pull in traffic. I close by thanking you for watching and urging you to take action. Building a print-on-demand store is simpler than it looks. You just need to follow these steps, be consistent in creating content, and refine your approach based on what resonates with your audience. AI unlocks near-limitless creativity, so keep exploring new slogans, new designs, and new ways to make your store unique. If you stick to it, you'll see that the combination of a fresh brand identity, compelling social media presence, and consistent marketing can evolve into a successful, low-maintenance side hustle, or even your main source of income over time. Now it's your turn to put all this into practice and build the business you've been dreaming of.
AI Syndicate side hustle dreams. We're turning thoughts into laser beams. With every tool, every trick you learn, we're building futures, cash to burn. So hit subscribe, don't miss the call. Your AI journey starts with us all.